All right. Well, 1 month has passed. I didn't do any videos. Having a YouTube channel is more difficult than I thought, obviously. It's a lot happened. Everything good, nothing bad, only good things. So, and even in the bad things, I only look at the positive, or I try to. So yeah, 1 month later, so one goal was achieved. That goal was to have my short film in the cinema. So I organized, once I had my short film finished, I contacted a cinema, a local cinema, and 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago, we did an evening with people that I invited, and people could just come in to watch my movie, and so my short movie. And so I did a crowdfunding last year because I needed money, obviously. And some people who took part of it were invited and others didn't, or weren't invited because it was only at a certain amount of money, obviously. And so everything went well. I was expecting 40-ish people, because some people did kind of book already or confirm that they were coming. But at the end of the day, I think 70 people arrived, 70, 75. So I organized, the cinema has a bar, and so I brought some snacks from a restaurant who sponsored the movie. I bought some Prosecco / champagne so that everybody could drink something, also without alcohol, of course. And all the money that was spent at the cinema was for the cinema. I could have asked for money, like to earn something, but I was like, people managing the cinema, which is the oldest cinema from Belgium, working cinema from Belgium, they are, how do you say that? They're not paid. They are doing this for free. They are part of the team, but it's I forgot the name in English, but they do it willingly, without salary. It's just some people stopped working and have their pension, but they love cinema, or they love that cinema, and so they are like, okay, let's do it. I'm gonna work for the cinema. So the entry was €5, and the €5 went to the cinema. The money for the drinks, for the cinema. So sure, I lose money, but it was a pleasure for me to lose money. And seeing everybody coming, that was really nice. I wasn't expecting that. And to be honest, at the very start of the evening, I was a bit overwhelmed. Like, I had only 1 hour in the bar to prepare everything before the first people arrived. But of course, as soon as the door opened, there was already 15 to 20 people who came in, which is nice, but I wasn't totally ready. And 2 people that I know who are friends of my brothers, good friends of my brothers, they proposed to help me, and that was so nice. They work in the hotel restaurant business, so they took care of the champagne, and to be honest, it was really nice. I was really, how can I say, touched by it, because they helped me with the crowdfunding. That was already something, and with a good amount of money. And they came to me and they were like, all right, what can I do? or what can we do? And they're getting married next week. I'm shooting their short civil wedding, and the week after they have their wedding in Spain, and I'm not shooting it, unfortunately. Would have been nice to shoot a wedding from Spain, and would have been nice to shoot their wedding because they're so nice people, such a nice couple. But yeah, that was something that touched me. And after that, so there are 2 rooms in the cinema. There are they can play movies in 2 places. So at first I booked the small cinema, the small screen, with 80-ish seats. But the cinema said, okay, if you want to have everybody comfortable, let's use the big one. And so we changed to the big one, who has 300-ish places. And that was actually really nice because, I mean, it's huge. Of course, 70 people in a 300-place cinema looks small, but for me it was the fact that we went from the small cinema to the big cinema, which was very nice. And of course, there was the actress of my movie who came, the violin player, the musician who came. There was a woman who's I didn't know first, but through a friend I met her, and it was to talk about the subject of the movie. And the subject of the movie is self-confidence, in very short, summarized. And the actress is having basically a conversation with herself. And so we follow her morning routine, and then she goes for a run, and then she sees a mirror. She sits in front of the mirror and she starts having a conversation with her reflection. And her reflection is basically a mature, very self-confident and wise girl, well, herself. And the real girl is very unsure. She thinks she didn't do anything in her life. And so she's asking herself, what am I doing here, basically? And so she's having a nice conversation with herself. And it's not like a feel-good movie. It's not where you get out of the room and be like, yay, I'm all happy. No, it's a movie where I want people to, let's say, recognize themselves. Because self-confidence is a subject that I've been using in my free work for years now, more than 10 years. And I want people to look at the movies or at the photos of my project and be like, okay, I'm not alone. So that, I know how it feels to not feel confident, having the feeling that you didn't achieve anything in life. And so it's good to know that sometimes you're not alone. I know it's for some people obvious that you're not alone, but sometimes it just feels good to know it. And that way you can also basically ask for help. Not that you need help, but yeah, you can do it. You are allowed to do it. You shouldn't feel ashamed or to go talk to a psychologist or whatever. Just accept it, deal with it, do the best way you can, and you're gonna be all right. That's how I kind of got better or gained confidence. My way was photography. And when I started photography, I almost didn't dare to talk to anyone. So when I did my first family shoots or weddings or whatever, I was like this. I was like nervous, but I didn't show that I was nervous because people were paying for for a family shoot. So I had to look confident, to be like, yeah, I do this all the time. I know what I'm doing, and so you know what they say: fake it till you make it. And at first I was like, yeah, that's too easy. Like, not gonna happen. But I did it. I faked it till I made it. I made it. Now it's part of my routine. Now I'm very confident talking with people during those family shoots. I'm not ashamed of saying anything. But that's in my professional life. In my private life, going to talk to people, it works, but I'm still very nervous because when I compare, for example, to my brother, he's very open-minded, like easy to talk with. He just goes for it, and he doesn't care. He just goes for it, and I respect that. And not that I want to be exactly like that, of course, because everybody's different. But sometimes I'm like, yeah, it would be nice to just go and say, hi, what's up? Basically. But one day I'll do it. I'll make it. I do it more and more often, kind of. But it's getting there. So yeah, that was one of my goals of the year, having my movie played in the cinema. And you will be able to see it, to watch it. But right now I'm sending it to contests and festivals because I had very good feedbacks. People were emotional, and that was the most important part. I wanted people to recognize themselves. Some people were really touched by it, which is my goal, obviously. And yeah, that's basically it. That was the easiest goal to achieve this year. And on my way to the second one, it's getting there. And I have two or three new projects who passed my head. So yeah, just thinking about it makes me happy. I'm not sure it's going to be this year, but this year I want to do at least one project who's really, really big. And I will need a lot of people for that. But I'm working on it. It's the one that I told you about with getting interviews, and yeah, this is coming along. And my movie is called Une bulle dans une bulle, so literally translated, a bubble in a bubble. So you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook. And Instagram is rox, ROXS .photo video. Photo video in one word without S or whatever. So rox.photo video. And there I will post news about my movie if it's selected for a festival or a contest, whatever. Fingers crossed, obviously, my first short movie. And so yeah, that was it. Maybe I'll do another video right after this one, but also maybe not. I don't know. It's late. I'm quite tired. I've had shoots almost every day. And yeah, that's it. Have a nice evening. Have a good day. And see you next time. Bye-bye.